welcome.
Good to be here.
Do we count the stops now, or you know?
Yeah, and I've got to do them in order to make sure that I don't forget one. But an easy way for me is we've had 7 kids in 7 different cities, so that helps.
So does that mean we're due for 8 and 9?
I'm gonna have to talk to my wife about that one. Yeah.
Coming to Washington, what is it about what Ron Rivera's put in place here, and the way he's been kind of rebuilding this team that attracted you to it?
Well, just in being in the league for a while and knowing a lot of different coaches and players, the respect level that he has around the league, I think for his honesty, for his coaching style, guys love playing for him. And that's something that, as a player, it really attracts you to hearing about some of those qualities. And just to see, last year in making the playoffs and what a young team that it is, but how well they played at the end of the year, I think there's a lot of excitement in this building right now.
You mentioned a young team. It's one of the reasons Rivera said he came here, is he liked that there was a lot of good young talent. And we saw a lot of that really grow and emerge. And a lot of the guys would say how Alex Smith kind of helped make them better. And I've heard the same of you, is you're always quick to talk and mentor the younger guys and help them elevate their game. What goes into that for you?
Well, I think part of it, I've had so many guys that were great for me, and there's a pay it forward aspect where I want to be as helpful as I can. I want to make as big of an impact as I can on all their careers, whether it's on the field or off, whether it's a conversation or it's, the way they run a route. Just making sure that I get to know these guys inside and out, and it's part of the fun for me still playing, is being able to bring the best out in all those different guys.
As you're going to be going on and probably helping the young guys, you're also going to be learning a new offense again. What do you know about Scott Turner's offense, what he runs, and kind of what attracted you to it?
Scott and I have talked a little bit on the phone. There's a number system involved, which I was a part of 15 years ago, so there'll be some stuff I'll have to recall, but a lot of the offenses, they kind of do the same stuff. You just got to figure out with your personnel how you want to do it, how you want to attack defenses, and the learning it will not be the issue. It's going to be more getting comfortable with the guys, getting comfortable with the guys up front, the guys I'm throwing to, the guys I'm handing the ball off to, and that stuff will just come with time.
We mentioned that you had to go, 15 years back to get to that number system. Not many can still be playing at this point in this level to this amount of success. Why keep going? What goes into the factor of saying, I'm still here?
Yeah, I love it, and my career has been a lot different than a lot of other guys in terms of, having to go from team to team every other year, and at the end of last year, I still love playing this game so much, and I sat down with my wife. I said, look, I think I'm as good as I've ever been right now, and I still want to play. And she said, you'd be crazy not to. So my wife and my kids have always been very supportive of it, and I'm really looking forward to this next opportunity.
Coach is always stressing competition at every position. It doesn't matter if you're now into your 17th season, your 9th team, or you're just coming in and been out of the league for 2 years like Taylor Heineke. He's coming in to try and compete for a starting job, as with Kyle Allen coming back from injury. How do you anticipate navigating that quarterback room? And you also just came from a situation where you were mentoring, a young rookie as well.
Yeah, I think the most important thing with the quarterback room is we've all got to be pulling for each other. It's a very difficult job. There's a lot of outside pressure. There's a lot of different things that you have to manage, but in order to be good, you've got to have that support system. So with Scott and with Kenny Zampese and with the other quarterbacks, that room's got to be tight, and we've got to make sure we're all pulling in the same direction. And from what I've heard about these guys, I think it'll be a pretty tight room.
What have you heard about the team overall? Have you been able to connect with anyone, do any scouting already yet?
Yeah, I've texted with some of the linemen, talked to Chase on the phone, texted with a few other guys, but I think youth and energy are kind of two of the vibes that I'm really getting right now. You know, I think there's been a lot of change too here in the last few years, and so I think they're figuring out, and last year figured out what direction they want to take this thing, and I'm just happy to be here and be a part of it.
You started with the linemen. Is that like priority number one? Who's
Oh,
going to
that's all.
protect
I
me?
mean, I'm really an offensive lineman at heart. I mean, that's, you know, that's the guys that I gel with the best a lot of the time, and it's a very important relationship to make sure you take care of.
Yes, yes, yes. Take them out to a good dinner before everything begins. Let's go to that very first start you had in the NFL. How much do you remember that game in 2005? Because it was actually against Washington.
So I remember the game before that much better, which was the first game I ever played in because it was a very good game. The Washington game, first start ever, I just remember we lost and it probably wasn't that great, but it really, like, it's crazy for me because that was 8 NFL cities ago. That was 7 kids ago. I mean, it was a lifetime ago in terms of things that I've been through, but I've always been very thankful and haven't taken the opportunity to play in the NFL for granted.
No touchdowns, interception. You were sacked 3 times, 5 rushing attempts, 22 yards, 3 for 163. So there you go, and 1 rushing touchdown.
And I couldn't grow facial hair back then, so a lot of things have changed.
What are you hoping to accomplish up here going forward in 2021?
Well, I just hope that I can be a leader on this team. I hope that you know, guys are going to be able to earn their respect very quickly, and they're going to be able to rely on me in key situations, and we hope to win more games than we did last year.